Hello, it's Birch Taylor, and I'm off with my schedule this week for YouTube, but I figured I'd do video. I did the video Tuesday, which I don't usually do. I thought I'd tell you what I've been doing this week. Since last week was such an off week with depression and anxiety and just feeling completely off, exhausted, overwhelmed, mentally, physically. I thought I'd change things up. I thought this week I'd do things a little bit differently. What I have done is been creative, and I've actually done some spring cleaning. Monday I did the cleaning. Sunday night and Monday I redid in here. I am rearranging things still. I've been cleaning out. I started with one drawer in the dresser, some of the scrapbook paper. I started with some of the stuff that's in the closet. I've been doing section cleaning and organizing, getting rid of stuff. Also went through the dresser drawers and my bedroom. I didn't do this Monday. I did this yesterday, as a matter of fact. Yesterday afternoon. And so between Monday and Wednesday, I have done spring cleaning. I have done some organizing. And yesterday morning, I started this last week, but then stopped because I didn't know where my stuff was. I knew I had some stuff to do this, but I didn't know where everything was. What I have essentially done is make my own book from an old book. What I wanted to do, I am on a year and a day journey with Family Wicca. This started out as research for my book, Witchy Business. And the title is just a title for it now. The second book in the series, or maybe end up being the first book in the series, is called The Curse of Seven. It's all based in one town in South Carolina, small town. And what I've done is replot the original novel, the two original novels. But what I've done is I've created my own book of shadows from an old book. Now, I inherited several different really old books from various places, some from family members, some from thrift stores and things like that. One of them was a humongous dictionary. One was a really old Bible. One was a children's book with stories. It was huge. But one of them had the pages in the book, not the outside of the book, but the pages in the book had gotten water damage, had gotten mildewed. There wasn't anything wrong with the outside of the book, the actual cover of the book. So I gutted the book. I had a box of 500 sheets of parchment paper from Southworth in the ivory color, and this doesn't have all 500 pages in it, but what I did essentially was gut the book, and I took and made it post-bound. I covered it with Mod Podge and tissue paper. I had a ton of tissue paper from gift bags that I had gotten from our wedding and from birthdays and Christmas and things like that. What I have done, I had a candle that I had gotten from TJ Maxx that had this owl on it with the jewels. Now I thought about, I could have gotten leather, but I didn't really want to do that. I used ribbon I already had that came on a Christmas present from my daughter. That I got some makeup. I got a makeup bag set, and I used the ribbon from that, and then I used a red ribbon that I had. And I put this on the front, but I covered this in Mod Podge and tissue paper, and I just kept layering until I got the effect I wanted. I used Distress ink, I used pen ink and Mod Podge. I used my purple violet ink and red tissue paper for the outside. It had a red, so you have a purple red undertone depending on what section you're looking at. And then on the inside, you can see there's more red. That was the red tissue paper and the brown distress ink, but I didn't use any purple in this. So I used craft paper that I had. And the only thing I had to do was buy extensions for the posts that I have scrapbooks that I haven't finished yet, and I had an extra set of posts. I looked at how the scrapbook was made. I followed a video on YouTube about how to make these, and I used some washi tape on the inside of each where this meets to kind of reinforce. Next time I make one, I will be using bolts, and I will use a piece of way thicker chipboard for in here for this part, because you make this section separate and then you insert it into the book. Next time I will actually use that. So I'll have rivets or screws right here, and then I'll just put something on them to hide them. But what I have essentially done is make my own. And this page is not going to stay. Just put this on for now until I can make something myself. So this is in no way, shape, or form finished, but, and I have a book of shadows. It's leather, but it's rag paper, which is really hard to draw on. But it's going to end up being more of a journal. It's good. The purple one, which is this one, and I like the owl thing. But see, this one is going to end up being my book of mirrors, which is essentially a journal. And I'm going to use paper, because you can write on this, just not with a fountain pen. And this book smells so good because I keep it usually where I keep my incense. But I have two now. But let me go back to where I was at with this. So what I have essentially done is this will either be actually a book of mirrors, and I will write right in this, and I will use this as my book of shadows, or this will be my, I haven't quite made up my mind, because I really prefer the parchment paper, but I have so much parchment paper that I can essentially use parchment paper to write on and then insert it into there if I wanted to do things. So I made my own book. Now this fits perfectly with the regular, like a regular size sheet of paper. It was an 8.5 by 11 paper. This is a weighty little sucker. And this will actually come off, so if I wanted to put it on a different book or something, I can. It actually goes on a candle, but when you burn the candle, the wax gets all over this pretty little owl, and I didn't really want to mess up the owl. So both of them have the owl. I'm super excited about like doing different things. I wrote some this week. I wrote probably 2,000 words total this week so far, so that's really good, but it's on the other book, not the book I need to finish. I've essentially taken a little bit of a break from it. When I got exhausted mentally with the depression and stuff, I just kind of, I don't know, I think I was trying so hard to finish it that I wasn't really liking what I had at that very last few days of writing, and I'm taking a bit of a break from it, and I'm going to go back to it. I was reading some stuff about having your books ready, especially if you're going to self-publish and you're going to, like, say, publish on Amazon. My hair is still wet, so it's doing this whole, but especially if you are going to publish on Amazon, you need to have your other book ready. So like you can offer your first book for either free or for 99 cents, and then you have your other book and they pay for that one. I'm trying to figure out all this because I'm going to try to finish the books by the end of this year. Have both. NaNoWriMo this year is going to be very busy for me. July's camp is going to be finishing one book or the other in editing, and then November will be writing. I'm excited though, but this is, so I took my time this week and I've been doing things like purging clothes. I got rid of a whole bag full of clothes. Some were donated, some were thrown away. Out of my bedroom, my dresser, my closet, that kind of thing. I have gotten rid of 2 pairs of shoes that were, let's see, they'd seen their better day. It was time to throw them away. I have gotten rid of some craft stuff that I didn't even know I had that was little bits and pieces. Some of it I organized and put up, and then some of it I just threw away. I went through and I found some stamps that I didn't even know I had. I had forgotten that I had. And Maya gave me a few stamps. I've already used one of the ones that Maya gave me. and Maya sent me, I've been going through them, so they're actually opened, 2 tarot decks. The only thing, this is supposed to come with a book, and there's no book. So I don't know anything about these decks, so I've been trying to go on YouTube and to other places to learn about these decks, because these are so completely different than the other ones. So the ones I have, most of the ones I have are based on the Rider-Waite. This week has been quite productive already. I've been creating things. I've been creative. Like I said, I've made a book of shadows. I cleaned up in here. I'm still cleaning up in here. My desk is the next thing, because there is a ton of stuff on my desk right now. And yeah, so I dyed my hair. And as you can see, it's semi-permanent. It's going to wash out. My hair holds dye really well. It takes dye really well. My husband saw it in the outside in the sunlight yesterday. He was like, it is very purple. I wanted something, and I went ahead and did the semi-permanent because I don't want to use permanent hair dye anymore. And this is fun, and I can deal with this. And so I'm going to, I think, try as this grows out, it'll just stay lighter, and hopefully, and the gray streak will be a pale lavender. So that's it for me for now. I've got some other things I need to do. I need to start on. No purple on today. I felt a little bit different. Some hippie clothes. I'm just not quite sure. The top of this tends to make my arms look even bigger with the pattern. I need to lose just a little bit more weight, and this will fit a lot better, I think. Or maybe I just feel uncomfortable. I'm still losing weight, still trying to lose weight, still working on losing weight. I need to lose more, and which reminds me, I have to go walk this afternoon. I walked some this morning. Hopefully it will not rain. I'll be able to do that outside. I really enjoy my walks outside. Take care. Have a good one. Thank you for watching. Bye.